What is up, guys? My name is Matt Workman for Cinematography Database, and in this video we're going to be continuing our look at getting started with Cine Designer. So the last video we did lighting, and the video before that we did some lighting, but now I want to focus on how to actually use the plugin and how to build different configurations, because I think that requires a little bit of explanation, especially if you are new to this or you just never did it. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some stuff. So you're going to need to start with a camera. So let's bring in a red camera. And then you're going to need a head, and then say a tripod. So this is all the stuff you need to make a very simple setup. And to put these together, you're going to make a CD rig, and then the order matters here, which I'll show you in a second, but this is the correct order. Oh, didn't work. Get in your home, there it is. And so that builds itself. So this is pretty powerful and modular. It makes it easy for me to update because you can switch these things out. So now I can put this at the bottom. And now we have a tripod mounted to a tripod head, which, you know, this is not the way the world works. This is not how things work on set, but you can do that if you wanted to. So it's up to you to kind of understand how this works. But that does lead itself to some issues if you don't know how it works. So let's make this a little bigger, and let's look at some options here. So where is my Fisher stuff? So this is called an offset. Okay, so we're going to bring this in, and it's a riser. So this goes in between the tripod and the head. There we go. People don't really do this, but you could. And that is a riser, so it goes there. And then I could be like, you know what, let's put another riser. And there. And that is really powerful. I'm gonna just say that's powerful to be able to do that. That's cool. And then everything works as normal, and you can just keep going. You're like, you know what, this height don't make any sense. I'm going to delete this. There you go. So this is like the fundamentals of the Cine Designer rigs. Maybe this video should have been higher in the series. But that's how that works. So let's do a light. I'm going to be adding goalposts and more stuff. I got to do that. Let's do this. Let's bring in our boom. Where's the boom? And let's bring in our breezy, which is B up here. So let's connect these together. So this is going to be the stand, and then the boom, and then the light. And then actually get in there. There it is. So technically, this doesn't work. This has been designed to be underslung. So we have to switch this to underslung. Still doesn't look great, but that's how you use these booms. You undersling the lights. And so now we're going to pan this light here, like this, and tilt it down. Like that, right? So that's about right. And now we have this, and we can do what people do with these is offset it, because you don't want the stand in the shot. You do something like this. You bring this up. Lovely. And then we take our boom, and we extend it out. And you can also do this. And this mega boom is used in the industry a lot. People love this boom, especially with breezes. This is something you see on almost every single beauty set. Tilt it down like, oh no. Tilt it down like this, turn her on. You're doing breezy stuff. This is like the breezy way. And I gotta make more breezies too. Note to self, make the rest of the breezies. There's a lot, but just take me probably like 2 days to build them all. Pretty cool. So that's using a boom light. I'm gonna build the Fisher 23 very soon. I know that's something that's requested. Here's our Fisher dolly. And for now, we can put this on there, a jib, and we can use this remote head. Cool. So let's build this out. So we're gonna have Fisher at the bottom, then the jib, then the head. Oh, we need a camera. I'll put a different camera on there. Put a 5D on there, which we used to do this back in the day. DSLR revolution and whatnot. So this is an interesting one because you can do this with Fisher dollies. Just put a jib on the arm, the center column, and move it up and down. This is something that people do, probably not with Jimmy jibs, but you'd use a Fisher jib in most cases, but this is something people do. And we can do that here very easily and modularly. Okay, jib kind of comes in backwards, which is not good, but maybe I'll fix that later. But then we take this, and I hope I have 360. Okay, so that's not so bad. So you can do this with it now, and we can go up and down. Nice, looks pretty good. And this Jimmy Jib, I don't know if I've done any videos with this yet. So here's the head, pan and tilt. Pretty nice. With a little tiny camera at the bottom. You can change the length of this jib to be very, very long, and you definitely would not do this. Put the mega long one on here. I don't think that this would be safe for the arm. But what it possibly would be safe for is to use the center mount. So let's switch to center mount. Okay, got to bring this to the bottom. And so this center mount comes with, I think, this height, and you typically put an 18 riser in between. Not that one, that's huge. This one, I think, usually goes in between the arm and the dolly. That didn't work, so we got to put it here. Yeah. That, however, is possible. That, I'm pretty sure, would be relatively safe to do this. So we have our very big jib. What else here? So that's building dollies with different extensions and booms and heads, and I need to make more as well. Let's switch out. Let's just to illustrate this further. Let's switch out the head. So I'm going to delete the Jimmy Jib head and put in our flight head, which would be baller to have a flight head. That doesn't quite mount correctly, but it's still usable. It's not great, and that's not good either. It only goes to 180. I got to fix that. That's really bad, actually. The head came in the wrong way. Oh, it's usable. It's not great. This isn't great right now. But here we are. The flight heads are 3-axis. They're basically big gimbals, really big gimbals. You could roll the head technically, do this kind of stuff with it. And what base you put it on, that's up to you. That is 100% up to you. To wrap this up, let's build the techno crane. And I think that should get it across. There's a lot of different rigs, and they just all stack together. And actually, the techno crane is the same thing. Let me show you the wall spreader and our Cardellini clamp. And we're going to Cardellini clamp the 650. Why not? Okay, so here we are with all the parts. So we're going to build a rig, and you're going to put the Cardellini in and then the light. There you go. So that's it for this guy. It's pretty cool. And let's use our wall spreader. I was really happy making this the wall spreader. I like this thing a lot. Gonna bring this up. Gonna rotate it like this. Roughly put it here. And you'll see the wall spreader. This is like a standard 2x4 wall spreader. 2x4 is the piece of wood with pancakes on the ends. And what is this? It just has one control, which is like the width. So there's no wall on the other side, but imagine there is. And we have a wall spreader. And this is really cool to start figuring out like the rigging of your room if you have the time in pre-production. I know that everyone does. We're gonna grab this, put it over here. Using ortho views is good, but I'm just gonna do it in 3D. I don't like going to ortho that much. If I don't have to, I'm gonna flip this way, 180. Plop it up there, like this. And I think it's the bottom. Is it the bottom one that moves or the top one? I forget. This moves. Oh, it's the bottom. Okay, good. Because the bottom one. Yeah, because that's how it actually works in real life. So there we are. We have clamped, not perfectly, but you get the idea. We have clamped a light to our wall spreader. That's very cool. That's a new thing. I added that. Let's see. So we're gonna put this like this, I guess. I don't know. This doesn't make a lot of sense. It's very low wall spreader. So you could select both of these and pretend the room is taller, put it up here. And yeah, so these are how we build the rigs out. Hopefully that makes sense, having seen this, how you get into more complicated rigs. And I'm gonna be building goalposts and different things in the future. But this is how you connect them, kind of give it a little thought about what you wanna build, and hopefully I've enabled you to build that with the stuff that we have here. And is there anything else that makes sense to show? There's a lot of stuff. But I'll show them in further examples, like the JLG is kind of interesting. And the Dana Dolly, lots of stuff, but this is how you build it, and this is kind of the fun of exploring it. Go download the stuff you want to try putting them together and start making cool rigs. Any questions about this, hit up the forums, really. Also leave comments here if you'd like, and I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.